Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss the legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedoms and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties, education, and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country. In the courtrooms of America, Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedoms.
You too can become a goodwill ambassador for Israel. Hi, I'm Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel. Joining me is Shawn Akers, the vice president of Middle Eastern Affairs for Liberty Counsel. Shawn, we've been talking about Israel, and it's an amazing experience in so many ways. I've been there now 7 times, and I can't wait to go back again. And in fact, we will be going back with our Liberty Ambassador program in May 18 through 27, 2013. We launched that in 2011. You and I went over there in June of 2011. We met with a lot of government officials, including having a private meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu. And then we launched the Liberty Ambassador Council program in September of 2011, and we just returned from a trip there. And in fact, we have had an amazing experience. The Lord has opened up so many doors of opportunity in Israel. And no matter what this or any other past or future administration of the United States may do, the point is that individual citizens, you and I, others, can get involved and stand for Israel and be a participant in this incredible opportunity.
You know, Matt, we talked earlier in the week about the incredible power of democracy and whether it was even possible in Middle Eastern states. Well, the fact is, in the United States, not only is it possible, but in many respects, it's still a very powerful reality. And to make that real to you, you ask yourself who the sovereign of the United States is. And our founders told us very clearly, they said, "We the people," in order to form a more perfect union. It's not the president, it's not Congress, it's not the Senate, it's not the judiciary. It's literally we the people. And what we're seeing is 2 faces of American diplomacy toward the state of Israel. One is that an administration, a presidential administration, would adopt. But the other is what we the people stand up and say. And one of those avenues, I find it absolutely incredible that Liberty Counsel, with its ambassadors program, is literally providing an avenue for citizens of the United States and interested parties who want to support Israel to not just issue an empty thought of goodwill, but to literally get on the ground and learn this policy and learn how to affect both the United States and Israel for the better.
And you know, when you meet the people of Israel and you whatever rank they are in, whatever level of government or private life that they're in, and they see that you genuinely are concerned and that you want to be their friend, they are so appreciative.
They are. Yeah.
They are in a situation where they're surrounded by many hostile countries that really don't want them to exist. And the history of Israel has been a miracle. It has been, the people have been dispersed throughout the world multiple times for several thousand years. And yet Israel still exists and the Jewish people still exist. When you think of the Romans, the great Roman Empire, do you know anybody, have you ever heard of anybody who said, my ancestor served in the Roman army?
Right.
You don't hear about them. Where did they all go? They're dispersed. There are many cultures that are simply no more. Right. Their land is no more. And that is the more common situation that takes place. But with Israel and the Jewish people, it has been a persistent survivor down through the ages. You have some interesting sequence of events that take place. In the end of 1947, the Qumran scrolls were found, and those were the most ancient writings of the Scripture ever found before. The text of Isaiah was found in its entirety. It was 1,000 years older than any previously discovered text. And when you compare it with the other versions that we had, they're the same thing. And so then after that, a few months later, May 1948, the nation of Israel is ultimately declared as an independent nation. So first the Scriptures were discovered in the land of Israel, and then a few months later, the nation of Israel was declared as an independent state. And it has been a survivor, and it is simply a land of miracles.
You know, you and I were talking just the other day about the fact that it's such an interesting working contrast that Israel is both, in one sense, ancient and very much older than the United States, and in one sense, newer, still in the memories of people alive today was its 1948 birth or rebirth. Same thing with the Hebrew language. So you're dealing with a land that is both brand new and very, very old. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I've seen through the people that we've taken to Israel is a growing up, a maturing about international policy and about relations with the State of Israel. And one, Matt, it's a simple one, but it really is important that we see Israel in the United States through the lens of the media. But then you take people to the land of Israel, and one of the first things that they say is, wait a minute, where's all the danger and all the bombs and all the stuff that the media would make me think that everything's about to fall apart any minute? And they've walked down these peaceful streets, and they've spent a very peaceful time, and they've seen that Israel is on the cutting edge of democracy. It's on the cutting edge of economic matters. It's on the cutting edge of technological matters, and it's an entirely different place than the media would have portrayed.
Yeah, and they'll say these are Jewish settlements in occupied territory. And the so-called settlements may be 30,000 families or people
right.
That are in very nice houses. And then you'll hear about this is the Palestinian refugee camps, and you think of Bedouin tents. And no, those are big houses as well. I mean, the media just completely distorts what's going on. It is safe. It is as safe to go to all of the nation of Israel as it is to the Washington, D.C.
Absolutely.
Now that the crime rate has dropped in Washington, D.C. And it's only been recently that the crime rate has dropped. But you can go to those two places and the homicide rates are the same. Mm-hmm. And it's only been recently that the homicide rate in D.C. has come down that low. Yeah. So, the media just completely distorts things. One of the things that we want to do is empower individuals to actually go there, see the biblical sites, and interact with individuals. They can come back home and they can share that information with their Sunday school, with their church groups, with their other places of influence through PowerPoint presentations. We want to keep them involved through communication and information. You can get regular information on the news in Israel from great sources that we can put people in touch with. And so you can not only just go there and have a great trip and a great time, but you'll have an experience that's life-changing that also continues to keep you involved so that you become and you are equipped to be a goodwill ambassador for Israel.
You know, Matt, you literally gain hands-on knowledge. It begins literally at the airport where you get to see world-class security and find out that you don't have to go through a scanner that takes semi-nude pictures or be patted down in a very offensive way to go through good security. You go through the best in the world. Then you go out and you see things like you've taken people to see the miracle of drip irrigation, watching life spring out of desert ground. You walk back with that knowledge.
When you just on there's so many things we can't really touch on them, but in America we have cold and hot vegetation. So, for example, you grow watermelons in the warm climate, and you grow apples in the cooler climate. Well, in Israel, they grow on one side of the road and on the other side of the road. There's vegetation that would only grow in hot lands. Weather, and there's vegetation that would grow in only colder northern climates, and they're growing side by side. And, when you go over there and you taste the watermelon, for example, and you come back here and you get a watermelon from the grocery store, you're thinking, oh my, this thing is awful compared to the lushness and the freshness that you experience in Israel. It is literally an amazing experience from the moment that you get up until the moment you go to bed, and it stays with you.
You know, Matt, I think probably the most amazing part of that is that it's not just a vacation, that you're learning to have an actual impact, that you're doing something that matters, that you're literally extending an arm of friendship to a nation that has been a friend to us, and through who God said all the nations of the world will be blessed.
It really is exceptionally important at this time because I believe, and if you talk to people in Israel that are in leadership, they also believe that the future of Western civilization is literally at stake. I've written about this a number of times in our Liberator newsletter. I encourage you to get it. Go to our website. The website is lc.org. You can sign up for the Liberator newsletter. And you can also sign up for the Liberty Alert email as well as other grassroots activist emails right there on the website lc.org. I believe that literally the future of our nation and Western civilization, these great values that were birthed in Israel and ultimately undergird America, are literally at stake and will be determined by your actions in our lifetime. Call us today and ask for the book, Take Back America. That's the book, Take Back America. The values that we cherish that make America great are under attack. It's time for you and I to become educated, motivated, and get involved.
You have been listening to Matt Staver of Liberty Counsel. We hope that we have motivated you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedoms. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email updates. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.